Hi everybody, my name is Sandra. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm filming in this area of my house again. I'm just sitting at my desk, actually right in front of my computer. I like filming here because it's comfortable. My chair is very supportive, and I'm taking advantage of the time right now. It is Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. Sorry, I'm going to show you Bird. There's a little budgie. My kids have named him Tony. Anyway, he's swinging on his swing. He's so funny. If anyone says birds don't have a personality, they totally do. He has got so much sass, it's not even funny. And there's my daughter, Danica. Anyway, so my son Logan is still sleeping. I have been struggling so much this entire week. Logan has not been sleeping. Like he hasn't slept on a good day. He sleeps at nighttime, like because he sleeps in my room. And he actually sleeps almost all the way through, usually. Last night he did. He was exhausted. Like he couldn't help but go to sleep because yesterday was so rough. He was up the entire day. I think he might have had like a 5 to 10 minute nap on me when I was breastfeeding. I did take a risk yesterday, and he didn't bite me yesterday, so that's good. There's like some days where he will, because he did yesterday, but he didn't. Or the day before yesterday, sorry, but he didn't yesterday, which is so weird. Both of his bottom teeth are in now, and yeah, no sleeping. And so I went to bed. It was 11:30. It was so productive last night, but I guess we'll kind of give a break through the week. And he just cried, and the neighbor, like I was surprised she didn't like call the cops on me or something, because he cried and cried and cried. And it was like that terrible baby cry where they're like, oh my god, a baby's crying, I need to go pick him up. And there was nothing that I could do. And like I literally had to do stuff. Like I had to go fill his enzymes, and I had to like brush my teeth. Like I can't hold him while I'm doing some of the things. Generally I hold him almost all the time, and as long as I'm holding him, he's fine. But I have been so frustrated with that in particular thing. When my husband's here, it's so weird. My husband can be here, and he'll just be, Logan will be sitting on his lap, and he'll just pass out. And I can't do that with him. He won't do that with me. I wanted to read so bad last night, so in order to do that, I turned on the TV, put him in his little rocker chair, and he watched Booba. I don't know if you guys know that little cartoon on Netflix and YouTube. He watched Booba for like 15 whole minutes. Like he actually had concentration to watch, and he was watching it. And I don't think kids should be watching, like babies shouldn't be watching TV, obviously, but I just needed a little bit of a break. And it was so rough. Besides from my frustrations, let's start talking about the week. So I'm still in my regular Franklin Covey inserts. I have done lots of notes and stuff. I made the mistake of writing Monday's notes on Tuesday, so I'm just I'm going to go through and just tell like kind of what happened during the week. So since last video, I filmed on Sunday, or no, I filmed on Monday actually. So yeah, so Monday, I said that I slept until 7, so like I have to take my son to school at, like I usually wake him up at 7:30, so it didn't give me a lot of time in the morning. But I was very productive, and that night I was so like overzealous almost that I made stew. And if you guys make stew, well, the way I make stew, it takes forever. It takes a couple of hours for everything, because you got to chop up all the vegetables, you got to, it's a time-consuming process. And the thing is, like some meals you can like stick in the oven and walk away and go do stuff, but stew is like, okay, first you have to add, the onion and the meat and the garlic, and then you have to add the rougher vegetables, ones that take longer to cook, and then you have to add this, and then you have to add that. And I realized I didn't have beef stock, so I had to season my own beef stock. And like this stew was chef's kiss. It was perfection. It was like the best stew I have made easily in the past 2 years, like easily. And I made stew a handful of times, maybe like 5 times over the last couple of years. It's just because it's so time consuming that I don't get the chance to, especially with Logan. And yeah, so that night, that was Monday, it was 9:18. I wrote down on my planner when I could sit down and relax and read my book, and like I'll get a thing of popcorn, and that'll be my snack, and like whatever, right? So I had a pretty good evening, because 9 o'clock is about the time Logan's supposed to fall asleep, which is fine, because if I can get done by 10, then I can go to bed. And 10 o'clock is kind of the time I'm aiming to go to bed, whereas lately it's always been like 11 o'clock. Okay, so Tuesday, I did not write my blog again. My blog topic right now, it's hard for me to like, if it's like a complicated topic that I can't just, you know, spout some information about and just type it up, because my blogs aren't research. They're more like, I want to say more of things that actually happen to me, like my life experiences, or more of an opinion, right? Generally that's what a blog is, and people say generally that's what all writing is, but I don't know about that. Fiction, is that an opinion? Maybe. That's a controversial topic, I guess, but anyway, so mine are more opinion related, right? And they're like how-tos, and like this is how you do something. Or I wrote a blog about my writing styles too, which I don't think is posted yet, but anyway, so I didn't write my blog because it was a little bit more of a complicated topic, and sometimes I feel like I need a couple weeks to kind of stew over it. So I'll write down a few ideas. I'll start the first paragraph, which is my intro, and then I kind of get some ideas going each day, and I write down some notes. So again, it's not a huge deal because I've got my blogs written up until the end of September already. So I mean, it's not like I'm falling behind. There was a point when I was literally 1 week behind schedule, or ahead of schedule, and so like I hadn't written my blog on Tuesday for like that next Tuesday or the next Monday, sorry. And what I started doing is writing 2 blogs every Wednesday, and I caught up. So I'm way ahead, which is good. Like, that's where I want to be, so I don't put too much pressure on myself. So this one I was going to do catch up on Friday, because Friday is my catch up day, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to leave it for Tuesday. I'm not going to put pressure on myself. This week is already busy. We are planning on going to Red Deer on Friday. My husband will be off Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, and potentially Monday. He's supposed to check. I'll get him to check on that today. Or no, he's off today. It's Sunday, that's right. I'll get him to check tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know. I felt blah. And that was Tuesday. I didn't feel like anything. The only thing I did, I filmed my goal video, I did my budget, and I edited my weekly update video from last week. Usually I'll wait till Tuesday. Because I'm filming this actually on Sunday, I might get to it tomorrow. Tomorrow's a busy day too, though. Okay, so then moving ahead to Wednesday, I wrote so many notes on Wednesday. I like writing in that pink pen because it tells me like what's like notes for this video, and I really like this planner for that. I'm excited actually to move into her point of view inserts in this planner. So that was Wednesday. My older son Connor, did not have school that day. For some reason, they had a PD day in the middle of the week, which is so annoying because like they've literally got like Monday, Tuesday of school, and then they're done. So they couldn't have just stopped Friday. Like have the PD day Friday and then be done on Thursday. Like, so frustrating. But anyway, so I slept until 9. And I had a dream. I didn't write down the dream, but I had a dream. So I was like, yay, I managed to get REM sleep. I was so excited. And then that was the day that I worked on my human design. So Wednesday is my sticker design. I did nothing. I was not motivated. Tuesday, Wednesday, I was just like, no, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. I worked on human design. I did a whole bunch of notes for it, which was awesome because I've been wanting to do it forever, right? Like it's part of my goals. I've been wanting to work on that, plus my Tarot for Transformation book. I'll link those 2 books if you guys want to check it out. They're both workbooks, like kind of journaling things that you work on. I did edit a Makeup Monday video, so that was my bronze makeup look for tomorrow, which you guys will see Monday if you're interested. And then right, so I was frustrated day and night, kids with me all day, Denny not sleeping, Logan not sleeping by 11. Right, okay, so this was Wednesday. It was the first of the very frustrating nights for me, and the whole day was frustrating. So Chad had been sick for the last like couple weeks, and for a while he hadn't been coughing at all. Like there was no coughing, and I was like, okay, so he must be not sick anymore. That morning he started coughing for like 3 hours, and he wears a mask for, he's got sleep apnea. So I don't know what the masks are called, but he has sleep apnea. So he wears this mask, but when he's coughing, it's almost like when he wears the mask, it's too dry for him because it forces him to keep his mouth, he's a mouth breather. So he has to wear the mouthpiece as well as a nose piece that just covers his whole like part of his face here. Sorry, I got fountain pen ink on me. But anyway, so he couldn't wear it. And so he was coughing and coughing. So he came down, got cough medicine, and that was 9 o'clock. I woke up at 9. I heard him downstairs. Oh, right. That was the dream I had. Okay. So I dreamt that for some reason a coyote got into our house and that Chad went downstairs to get the coyote out. Don't ask me what's in my head. I don't know why I would dream that there was a coyote in the house, but that's what happened. So I'm almost done, honey. Okay. So anyway, he went back to bed, and then that day I let him sleep till 3. Normally he wakes up at 1:30. I let him sleep till 3 because I knew he was tired. I knew he wasn't feeling good. His immune system was totally run down because neither of us have been getting good sleep. And he's been working. It's night shift. It's hard on the body, right? I totally get it. But I had the kids the entire day. And so from the time he woke up at 3, he told me that he had to go in early because he was acting foreman. And I was so frustrated because I still had to make supper. I still had to do dishes twice that day. Still had to do all the cleaning, looking after the kids, doing all my work. He told me that he was acting foreman, and he didn't help with the kids. Like I said before, it takes him like an hour or 2 to wake up. So he was up from 3 to 5, and then he left at 5. And I continued to be frustrated throughout the night. So maybe my frustration led to the evening frustration. I don't know. But that's the first night that Logan wouldn't go to bed till like 11. I wrote down 11 p.m. He finally fell asleep. And I was frustrated because I knew Thursday I had to get up myself to take Connor to school. And when I don't get enough sleep, I get grumpy. And like I wake up at 5. That's the goal anyway, right? Thursday, I don't think I wrote what time I woke up. But I was super frustrated, and I think I sent Chad a video about this guy talking about all the work, like a stay-at-home parent. So it doesn't have to be a woman or a man. It can be either a woman or a man, right? I don't care who it is. Whoever is a stay-at-home parent who doesn't work, right? And I know that's another controversial topic. So before, that used to be the woman's job. The woman would stay home with the kids, take care of the meals, the groceries, etc., etc. Now it's finally noticed that, hey, women at home or men at home working with the kids and making the meals and cleaning the house and doing all that stuff, that is considered work. It's just unfortunate we don't get paid for it, right? And some people, like my friend Tressa, her view is that it's rewarding and that she enjoys that. And while some people do, like I feel like I'm caught in the middle. Of course it's rewarding. You get to be home with your kids. You don't have to send them to daycare, which is amazing, right? You get to see their little idiosyncrasies every day, their little changes, like their little habits. It's amazing. It's awesome. But that being said, sometimes moms and dads that stay at home also need breaks. We sometimes don't get recognized for all the work that we do. We don't get praise every day, right? Sometimes your partner won't come home and say, oh, thank you for doing all this. It's so amazing. I think we're like unrecognized a little bit, and it's very unfulfilling. Well, maybe not unfulfilling, but it's unrewarding unrewarded because your kids aren't going to say, oh, Mom, I appreciate you so much that you stay home and spend time with me and do things with me and give me a bath and feed me. They don't care. Like, they're too young, like they're kids. So yeah, I'm kind of caught in the middle where, I think the rewards come at a later date when your kids are healthy individuals and like smart and they're going to school and they're working and, and then you realize, and then they tell you like, oh, I'm so glad I stayed at home with you instead of having to go to daycare or get a babysitter. So yeah, I just not there yet. And I'm feeling the frustration for sure. It's been hard. So Thursday, I said I didn't do much work during the day, except I did film my plan with me, and and budget, except film, plan with me, and budget. Oh no, I paid the bills. That's what I did, because Thursday is bill paying day. So I had sent a video to Chad the night before that morning, and he helped me out a lot that day. He did so much stuff. He took out the garbage, he cleaned the dishes for me, he swept the floor without me having to ask, which is great. And I said, I picked up Connor, and then as soon as I picked up Connor, because I just needed a break, I needed to get out of the house, so he stayed home with the little kids. I went and picked up my son, turned up my music in my Jeep, and blared it, and just went to pick him up, and we came home, and it was just nice to get out of the house for even those 15 minutes, right? And then I came home, he went to the store, he had to go to Costco, Superstore, and Sobeys for just a handful of things. And the kids were actually really, really good. Connor helped me do chores that day. Danica had a good bath, didn't fight with me, and Logan didn't cry. So this was like an amazing evening day. So it's funny how days can change like that, right? Because the day before, it was so frustrating for me. And then the next day, I just had the best day. And I edited my video at 8 p.m. that night. So like usually if I film my plan with me on Thursday, I usually will leave the editing process till Friday if I'm home, right? But that day I actually got it done on the same day. And the good news is that Chad made foreman that Thursday. So his boss was like, the current foreman wasn't really pulling his weight. He was always going home. He was going home sick. And then he also has a son who has some issues. So his son needed extra care, but because he's not pulling his weight and doing his job, they didn't demote him, but they made Chad foreman because he's doing all the foreman responsibilities and duties, but not getting paid for it. So that's not really fair. So they promoted him to foreman. Now there's 2 foremans looking after 3 guys, which is crazy. So last night Chad said he had to do a whole bunch of or he had to work with a welder. So he was doing some fitting for welding, but they had a whole bunch to do. So he was really busy working on the tools, as they call it. Okay, so moving to Friday. So my mom kept saying she was going to come and visit and help me help me like clean and just help me do stuff, right? And she hadn't come Wednesday. She had said she was going to, but she got a cleaning appointment, so she did that instead. Then she was going to come Thursday, but she helped my grandma who was going on a bus to BC. Needless to say, she missed her taxi, and then she missed her bus. She almost missed her bus, but she caught it with the help of my mom. But my mom was so frustrated, so she never bothered to come over Thursday. And then Friday, she was like, I'm going to come over during the day. And then she got another cleaning appointment because remember, she's going to save up for a car now. So she's going to try to save up as much as she can. And then she didn't show up until 7. So Chad had already gone to work and I was going to karaoke. So I was a little afraid of going to karaoke because none of my friends wanted to come with me. Well, not wanted. Of course they wanted to, but like my friend Linda couldn't. And my other friend, Lorraine, she was too tired. So they didn't come. And I went by myself and it actually worked out. So I did sit at the bar for a little while until a table was ready. And then I sat at a table. And then a guy that is there, like he's an older gentleman and he sings too. And I've known him for like 12 years, just through Franco's, which is like just through karaoke, which is amazing. And he's a decent sort and he sat with me and stuff and we chatted. And then a mutual friend of both of ours from karaoke, she used to host as a fill-in host, probably like 6-7 years ago. She showed up. I did not recognize her. I had no idea who she was. Like my brain and my eyes, like I did not know who she was. She changed so much. And then I was like, oh my God, I remember you. And it was amazing. We had an amazing night. She brought her best friend and we just hung out and we talked and we sang songs and it was so much fun. We even did a couple shots. It was so fun. And that's like, I'm so glad, like kind of like the universe kind of like everything worked out, right? Like I was nervous. I still went by myself and things worked out. So I was really happy about that. And I sang a whole bunch of songs because at first from like 9 to 10, it was pretty slow. And I think I sang like 6-7 songs maybe. So it was amazing. I had such a good night and I didn't get to bed till 3. Like it was pretty rough. So yesterday I did wake up and I had a pretty bad headache actually. I didn't do anything during the morning. My mom made me toast, which was so sweet. And then I just kind of like, I didn't really do much. My mom left. She took my son back with her for a sleepover to her house. And then I was here with my daughter and my son. Chad woke up at 1:30 and we kind of hung out. And we ordered pizza because I did not feel like cooking. And I know it was like cheating because we'd already had our takeout day on Friday, but I just didn't feel like cooking. I couldn't do it. And then trying to think, I got my daughter. She had a bath last night. Got her in bed by 7:30, I think it was 7:30. And I actually did a whole bunch of work. And my baby just woke up, so I'm gonna have to cut this video short, guys. Well, we're all done anyway. But I did so much work last night. I was so productive, and that leads me to today. And today is like the last day of the week. We are going swimming today, and I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to get groceries. My mom's going to come over and watch my kids. I'll go get groceries. We're going to go swimming, and then that's it. And this video is already done. It's morning, and I'm so happy. So again, you see how it's weird when we're happy in the moment or that day, it kind of affects how we feel, or if we do a video or if we talk to somebody, it affects our interactions, right? Like in that moment. So even though like, you know, I'm still experiencing hand pain, like my hands are still stiff and I feel the arthritis setting in, but it's going to rain today actually. Um, I still have some negative things, but for the most part, the positive things kind of win out. And my son only has 2 days of school left, so I'm so excited because Wednesday, I can't sleep on Wednesday or Thursday actually because I have to film videos, and the only time I can film those is when all the kids are either in bed. So I'm probably still going to try to wake up early. We'll see how it goes. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have any questions again or comments, please feel free to leave them down below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. I usually answer them within a couple of days, if that. And if you guys want to see more, click on the bell button. Like I said, give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you are new, please subscribe. I'd love to have you. And thank you guys again so much for watching, and we will see you again next week. Oh, and yes, this video is posting Wednesday. So I think the first of my monthly planner setups will be coming out Thursday, Friday. Yeah, I think it's Thursday. So I'm so excited, you guys. Hopefully you'll love my setups as much as I already do. I don't know. But that's it for me. Bye.